With a job interview coming up, you need to prepare yourself. Sure, there are standard interview questions, but what about how you'll lead the discussion and build rapport? You already know what the company is looking for, so one sure way to make yourself stand out during your meeting is to use storytelling. This is your opportunity to not just say yes or no to a question, but to really share a time when you were able to make a difference for a previous company, thus illustrating how you can make a difference for this company. One of the first things you'll want to do to prepare your stories is to review the job description. Don't just read it, get familiar with it, take notes, go through bullet point by bullet point, and think about what you've done and what they're looking for to create those stories. For each aspect the job description illustrates, think about a time when you've done that thing and develop your story for it. For some, you may end up repeating yourself, and that's okay. Just make sure you have a story about each bullet point. What if you don't have a story about a particular need listed in the job description? Undoubtedly, this will happen. While you don't want to make anything up or get caught in a lie, consider other components you bring to the table that could solve the problem. Maybe you don't have that specific experience, but you could have transferable skills or complementary experience that would provide value. Build your story out of that. Situational interview questions are a great fit with the CAR, SAR, STAR approach. Not familiar with this? Here's a quick overview. CAR equals challenge, action, result. SAR, situation, action, result. STAR, situation, task, action, result. These acronyms are often used in tell me about a time when questions, as well as in the performance reviews to highlight how you've overcome challenges. To effectively use storytelling in your interview, you can apply the CAR, SAR, STAR method to your frame of stories. Let's say the position requires experience in a project management. Instead of just using that you have the experience, build your story. What was a challenge you faced on a project you were managing? What did you do to overcome that challenge? What came out of your efforts? Were you able to turn the project around, make money, save money, put in place systems to improve effectiveness, delight customers? It's important to have a result to your stories because that's where the value comes in. You'll end up with the most robust answers to any questions you're proposed while demonstrating that you know what the company is looking for and how you are a fit for their needs. You've certainly heard the phrase, you never get a second chance to make a first impression. Studies have shown that the first impression happens quickly, less than 27 seconds after meeting someone. While you probably won't be able to share a great story that soon into an interview, you can be proactive and get a story out before you're even asked. Why is this beneficial? What if you don't quite have everything the job description requested? The fact that you secured an interview is a good indicator that you're on the right track, but you can allay any doubts when you talk about how qualified you are. The stories you have developed about their needs will illustrate your value proposition. Also, by sharing stories, you'll engage with your audience. You'll build rapport, and hiring managers want friendly, approachable people on their team who have great communication and conversation skills. Storytelling does that for you. A company wants to hire an expert. By sharing with them how you've accomplished these tasks in the past and how you've overcome challenges, you are letting them know you are qualified and can do this job. You'll put them at ease that they've called in the right person for an interview, and you'll open their conversation and go deeper into your qualifications. Preparing for an interview is work, especially if this is a position that you really want. Don't just write down your stories, practice them. Recite them out loud. Say them over and over again until you don't need to refer to your notes. Of course, you can take notes to your interview, but you'll appear so much more confident and knowledgeable when you can just answer questions simply and straightforward with a story. Using storytelling in your interview is just like telling stories in the real world. Companies do it all the time in sales and marketing, and remember that you're selling and marketing yourself in an interview. A story is a way to engage the interviewing committee and highlight your experience and expertise in a way that helps them see how you can help their company with their pressing issues. A good story can move people to action, whether it's in an interview, book, or movie. Don't worry if you're not a good storyteller now. With a framework and practice, you'll be able to position yourself as the perfect person for this or any role. Before you head to your next job interview, understand how storytelling in interviews can differentiate you from the competition and help you secure an offer. To get ready, Review the job description bullet by bullet to identify stories in your experience that will fit what they're looking for. Use the CAR, SAR, STAR method to develop comprehensive, engaging stories. Proactively share your stories to build rapport and showcase your value proposition. And practice your stories ahead of time. With this preparation, you'll be ready to excel in any interview situation.